Greetings, beautiful people. Yeah, so while I've been in my mode of going within and, my hermit mode, I have been coming down with a lot of downloads and just a lot of information, a lot of wisdom being inputted. um, this has been such a roller coaster of a transition and transformation, but I welcome it and I receive it because it has brought so much profoundness and so much, right? So, with all of this that's been going on with me, I have been thinking a lot on the energy, right? On energy and the laws of energy and just that we are energetic beings, right? Everything around us is energy. Everything that exists um, on this planet exists through energy, right? An energetic vibration, right? And that led me into thinking about creation, right? And just taking it back to the foundation, to the very first creation, right? In just contemplating on, yeah, how do we create, right? Because it's been said, or we, like most of us, have the understanding that we create through our thoughts, right? And when we really dissect that, right, and understand how it is, okay, because some of us may ask, like, how is it we create through our thoughts? Like, how is that even possible, right? There's only one creator and God is the creator. However, yeah, Source is the original creator because, without going into detail or being on this video too long, understand that there are many gods, right? And it's all about your perception and your definition of God or who God is or what God is, right? And understanding that we all come from a source, right? And that source is not a physical source. It's not, it's a vibration, right? That source is a vibration. And, just a little backstory in understanding, right? How do we create the things that we create? So I'll give you a little story. Like, when I first came into spirituality, I started, in knowing, in learning who I was and learning what, I always knew that my mission and purpose was here to teach and be, be a healer, right? However, I wasn't sure as far as how I was to carry out that mission, right? So I went through a lot of teachers and training, and trainers and mentors and things like that. And because of that, I can say I experienced a lot of a lot of spiritual, a lot of trainers that were spiritual vampires, some trainers that were very dedicated to this mission. I experienced it all as far as me really learning spirituality. And what I can say is that in the beginning, I gave away my power a lot, right? So when I first learned about spirituality, right away, I decided to create a brand and create some services, right? As far as me now knowing that my purpose is here to assist others, right? So in all my experiences, as far as having to, as far as creating brands and having to revamp or relaunch or, yeah, redo my brand, it's, I've contemplated on this and understanding, like, why is it, that I've, had so much energy that is not in alignment with what it is that I am I am desiring to create as far as my brand. And coming to the understanding that I gave away a lot of my power in me being so curious about spirituality and God and source and what we are here for. Hi, my glam baby is here. So yeah, he's here playing. Just be careful, babe. And in understanding that, in my curiosity and coming into all this knowledge about myself and the universe and source and everything like that, with all the excitement, there was also trauma that I needed to heal, because even in learning who I was or who I am, I still gave away a lot of my power. I still sought validation from external sources and my teachers, my trainers, whatever communities that I was in, right? I would give away my power. I would, you know, make myself small to fit in and dim my light, in just pretty much portraying that I was less than, right? And, due to that, I also attracted a lot of people that were not in alignment with what I was desiring to execute as far as my brand, to help me create my brand. Okay, so I would seek people out to assist me with creating my brand and creating content and doing all these things, and not understanding that I was giving away my power. Because throughout all of that, I would continue receiving downloads from Source and saying, hey, just go out there, be authentic, and assist people, teach through your personal experiences, right? So, with that being the case, someone can guide me in creating my vision. However, no one can execute my vision for me, right? So, it was me putting my vision in other people's hands and expecting them to execute what it is that I was meant to create from within, right? From my authenticity, from me just being me and talking about my experiences, because that's why I went through all of them, right? That's why I experienced all these things, so that I can learn and grow from them, learn the lesson, and now come and assist others, because I am innately here to assist with healing. All right. And in all of that, right, in all my contemplations, all my meditations, I also learned that I am one of the original, energies that assisted with creating this planet. Okay. I am aspects of the primordial waters. I am aspects of the primordial earth, and all of the energies that assisted with creating this planet, right? Woo woo! What an honor, okay? Saying that to say that with all of that, I understand now why, creation happens the way it does. Yes, it starts with a thought, which is the seed that is planted.
My airplane's wet.
Oh, well, you could still fly it. My grandson has a. Come on, let's fly it.
I
Ooh, you want to fly outside? Okay, we're going to go out too. Right? And with all of that being said, it's a matter of understanding that, yes, the thought is the seed that is planted. However, what waters that seed is the energy, the vibration. All right? This takes us to universal law, the law of vibration, the law of attraction, which to me, the law that sums up all of the universal laws, is the law of cause and effect. All right? It's the underlying energy behind that thought that creates. Okay, so it's a matter of creation comes from an energy. You have to have that vibration, or hold the vibration of what it is that you are wanting to create, what it is that you are desiring to create. Okay, so I just wanted to come, like, this is just a snippet, and yeah, I will be back with so much more of this, because there's so many layers of it. And I just want you to know that I love you guys. Stay encouraged. All right.